Hello, today we're going to be making a video about Microsoft and their Q3. We're going to look over a few things, so if you want to just take a look here at their Q3 earnings release, you can see that their revenue was up 11%, up 15% in constant currency, it's saying, but their Office commercial products is up 13%. Their dynamic products was up 17%, and this is the most important run. The intelligent cloud was up 16%. That's really the thing that we want to see going forward. The cloud, Azure and all that stuff is really going to be big things for Microsoft. You can come over here to the Microsoft page, the investor earnings thing, and you can look over the slides, the earnings transcript, financial statements. This is the press release and webcast that I've just gone through. I put some things on the front there that you guys can look at, some things to highlight. So we'll come over here to their free cash flow. As you can see, for the free cash flow ending on September 30th, it was 20 billion. And if you scroll down here, you can see 20 billion from 093, and then 2023 09, 2023 to 09, 2022. It's a big increase. It's from 16 bill to 20 bill, so it's a big difference. They're doing really good. As you can see here, annual free cash flow from 2023 is a little bit down from 2022, but that's okay. But it is up from 2021 and 2020. So those are things to look to, and we're going to go ahead and calculate all that into our discounted cash flow calculator here. But let's go back up here, and we'll go ahead and go over to the revenue. If you look at the revenue, see the last 12 trailing months, it was a 7% increase, which is really good. But the quarter ending, like we were just talking about, it's a 12% increase year over year. So they are growing at about 12.5, a little bit over 12.5%. So 12.75. If you do come over here to that EPS, they're doing really, really good. So 2.99 was a 27% increase year over year, but the last 12 months it's 11% increase at 10.32 for EPS. If you look at shares outstanding, they can continue to decline. We're at 7462, and that's a 0.31% decline. Net income is over the last 12 trailing months. We have 77 billion, which is a 10.5% increase. The quarter was at 22 billion, which is almost a 27% increase. That is massive. So Microsoft is doing great. If you come to their assets and liability, their total assets increased by 23% to 445 billion. Their total liabilities also increased by 20% to 225 billion. Their cash on hand, though, increased by 34%, so we have 143 billion cash on hand. Their long-term debt, it declined by 7.5% to 41.946 billion. So we are going to do a little bit here where we're going to include the cash on hand in a different type of calculation down here. We'll go ahead and do that right now. We're just going to take this off screen so I can look at it. We're going to go ahead and put in the cash on hand, which is 143,951. Go to that long-term debt, and this is going to be 41946. 41946. Change this. Usually don't use this one, but for a company like Microsoft, we will. Growth rate, we determined it was about 12%, a little bit over 12%. So we're going to go ahead and keep it at 12%. And then their total shares, we determined, if you go back to their revenue, it was 7462. 7462. 7462. 10% discount rate. Go ahead, or 8% discount rate. We're going to go over to our first one. It's 56494. 56494. 56494. That's not right. 5649400. 56494. 56494. Oh, there we go. So we come up using a 8% discount rate with 12% growth rate. $392.17, $405.84 when you take their cash on hand and minus it by the debt and put that into the value. Discount rate, $352.95. If it did use a 10% discount rate for Microsoft, it would drop it to $292.23, and then considering their cash on hand to $305.90. So we're going to come back over here to our first discount calculator. We're only using an 8% discount rate. 7462, 12% growth rate, and then we're going to come to a discounted cash flow price of $295.96, 10% discount rate $266.36. My average is $262 right now for Microsoft, so I'm doing pretty good. If you come over here to the dividend discount model, this is MPW. This should be changed to MSFT. MSFT is currently paying $3. They're about a 9% growth rate the last couple of years. We're going to give ourselves a 10% discount rate, which gives us to $327. Since Microsoft is not a company that we're really going to count on for dividends, because there's a lot of growth with Microsoft, and they're going to use that free cash flow to acquire things like they already have for Xbox, like Activision, like that was a huge one. So yeah, $327 is a 10% discount rate of $294.30. If we come to Benjamin Graham, we're using that 10.32 we were talking about. Growth rate is 11%. 11%, and then we have 4% bond corporate rate. We're using a PE of no growth. Their average PE is 27, so 307.75. We can come over here to their net asset value and look at that real quick, just to show. I mean, it's not going to give you a big number for a company like this, since a lot of it is cloud and not in assets anyways. Total liabilities. I mean, obviously they have more assets than liabilities, so that's good. I wish that was their net asset value. That'd be a lot reassuring. But it's not. So 7462, boom, $29.58. So the final valuation, we're going to come over here. We have 295, 327, and 307 for a value of 309.67. 10% discount rate, we're looking at 278.70. So if I was really wanting to buy Microsoft, I'd be looking at, these are my price targets range. I already have positions. I don't want to put more into it right now. 300, 275, 250. These are the places that I would really like to add more to my position. I mean, obviously you can add anything under these. I'm just saying, like, if I was going by like 10%, 25%, the rest of it, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I'd be investing it if I had more funds to allocate towards Microsoft right now, which I don't, because they're already 11% of my portfolio, and I wouldn't start buying them again until they hit about 260. I would looking to add to my position at 260. So I hope that you like that quick assessment of Microsoft after quarter 3, and let me know what you think.